speak to. There's a student here we gotta speak to. Nobody uses the word Poindexter, ever. Not since like the 1950s. Don't use that word ever again. No. Anyway, that's step 3. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can leave the school. Oh, I want to meet the principal in here real quick. So whenever you meet important characters, they will actually give you this little brief thing here. Don't worry if you don't meet some people. Most of the individuals in the school, the teachers, the other students and stuff, they're not important during the Sabak quest. But you get their little entrance descriptor when they become important in the Snow Queen quest. So it's not that big a deal. I'll find a chink in his armor someday. Anyway, we are now on the world map. After this scene. I forgot about this scene. So Yamaoka is called Alfred in the original PS1 version of the game in America. You dummy. That must be very Japanese. Your chummy chums. Alright, so if you try to go to the left there, you get, they stop you. Let's see. There's a rich old mean lady living in this house. If you hit square, you can see everywhere you can go into on the screen. There's no point in going to the shrine yet. If you go into the Hamino residence, it's just a small room and there's nobody there. But they're on the map because I forget her first name, but Hamino is Maki, the girl that we're going to see. It's her best friend, one of her friends, and she's really poor, and that's like a minor, like super minor plot point in the Sabak quest. And they sell healing items here, but they don't even have like a really good selection. So, but yeah, learn a little bit about Yukino. And if you go up here, you have the Historical Society, which I don't think we can actually do anything with. Maybe we can, okay. Right, this. This mirror, that's it. So, the expel mirror. Remember that for like way later. Subway entrance. Let's go in the mall real quick so I can point the stuff out to you. Right now, there's really nothing for sale. I forget, is this the one that we need? Yeah. Basically, the clothing stores, they sell armor. And then you just run away. But you can't really do it right now. Peace Diner is, you go in there and it's kind of a place for your party members to tell you like what you're supposed to do if you haven't picked up in a while. That's a save point. The save points in this game are those pink trees. That's the Velvet Room. We can't go in there yet. And this is the Judgment 1999 Casino. Right now, there's nothing that's really worth getting here. There's 2 casinos. There's a mall on the other side of town as well. And basically right now they just have some crappy weapons that are really not worth spending your time getting. Do not... I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. But trust me when I say farming that crap is a waste of time. Let's see. Dang it. The map is a little hard to... Sometimes it's hard to go down the streets. There we go. Alright. So there's Joy Street, the other map. And down here we have the abandoned factory. And we need to go to Joy Street. And we need to go into this convenience store right here. Because we want to speak with this lady right here. Yeah, I know him. Sure. This is step 4 to recruiting Reiji. And then step 5 is over here. The stores are all the same. No. Here we go. Step 5 is you go in here. And you speak to this blonde guy right here. And this place also sells weapons. They're a little more powerful than the ones in the other place, but still totally not worth your time. So. Alright, so now that we've gotten that out of the way. There's the Sabak building. Those Agastya trees are the save points. Doctor's offices, you can go in there and get healed. You pay money. Okay, so the last step to... Well, the next to last step to recruit Reiji. Is to come in here. I really like his theme right here. It's a good theme. Good theme. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go to the hospital. I like that there's not a dash button in the PS1 version of this game. It does make this game a lot faster. The world map is also different as well. In the PS1 version, it's like polygons, 3D polygons, and it's kind of like a Tron-looking map. And of course, in this one, it's a static image, more akin to what they use in pretty much every other SMT game. He's talking about a cop. Like, if you go over to the police station, the cop is like, you're staying out of trouble, right? And then like you're going to class and staying in trouble, aren't you, Masao? And he's like, yeah, sort of. And then you just leave. I don't know. If my workplace had strange disappearing and reappearing hallways and a little ghost girl, I wouldn't work there. Ghost children are the absolute worst thing that can happen. Like if you have an infestation of ghost children, it's just over. You need to burn the place down and move on. I would like to point out that vending machine right there, that Atlas one, that's the same, I believe that's the same exact vending machine that they have in Nocturne. And you can visit a bunch of the patients and stuff, but they're like, let's go to Maki's room, and there's really no point to be going into a bunch of strangers' rooms. Most of these rooms you can't even go in. So we're just going to go straight to Maki. I can't imagine being in the hospital for a year. I was in the hospital for 5 days when I had the surgery to take out my thyroid. And that was literally the most bored I've ever been in my entire life. It was terrible. And like 0 out of 10 would not recommend being in the hospital. So a year, I can't imagine it. One of the things I like is Maki looks tired in this picture, like in her portrait. Like she's got the bags under her eyes and her lips are pale because she's obviously not wearing any makeup or anything. I think it's a nice touch. I think they did a really good job on the character art. I don't like doctors much either. I don't like have anything against them as individuals. It's just I have I forget what it's called. I've been told what it's called, but I have a fear of hospitals. So and doctors. It's not like panic-inducing or whatever, but my my blood pressure goes up noticeably when I step into a hospital, to a point where like a doctor was like, your blood pressure is high. You need to you're a young man. You need to take care of that. And I was like, my blood pressure is fine until I step in the hospital. And he didn't believe me, so he made me like record my blood pressure every day for like a month. And when I took it back and said, here's my blood pressure, he's like, he goes, but your blood, he accused me of, he said, you recorded this correctly, right? Because my blood pressure was like really high. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's going into hospitals. I'm doing a good job of masking it, but I'm panicking a little on the inside. And he's like, I tried to explain this to you last time, but you didn't listen. So, but here's the proof.
I do hope it's nothing serious.
Damn it.
Watch your mouth, Donatello. Anyway,
An earthquake.
I forget how the scene plays out.
Whoa, it's a big one.
In the original.
Hell?
I think they're in a room,
Hold on.
and then the earthquake happens, and they run out. They go and they run out in the hall, and you go to it, and then the door opens like that, and they're like, and then they back up to the wall, back up to another room. I don't know. It's been too long. I don't remember exactly how the intro works in the PS1 version, but I don't think they're in the hall like this.
That was the ICU a moment ago.
Because this FMV is new for the PSP version.
It came from downstairs. Let's go.
Oh, you know, who is he? Who voices Nanjo? Who is that? Is that Troy? No. Whatever. I mean, there's only like 6 voice actors that do all the voices in video games. It's kind of like I played Persona 3 before I played... After I played Persona 3, the guy that voiced Akihiko, like, anytime I hear his voice actor, I think the same thing I'm having with Mark and like Donatella. It's like, that's Akihiko. That's all I hear. Alright. So this is a scripted battle. Personas in this game, you don't learn spells and stuff on your character's level. Your personas rank up based on the number of times you use their skills. And I think you basically, to fully rank, it's like 8 ranks. And you learn all of their skills at like rank 8. And you have to use like something like 300 times or whatever, 296 or uses of the skill or whatever. Of skill. Any skill will do. It doesn't matter. So, this was an awakening battle. Awakening battles always give you level ups. You might notice there's 2 separate levels there. Well, what that means is you have your character level, and then you have your persona level. Your character level determines your stats, your HP, your SP, and the average of your party is used to determine what demons you can and can't contact. Contact is the demon negotiation for this game. Basically, you contact a demon, and you can contact them at any time, but you can't get their... you contact the demons, and they give you a spell card, and you can only get the spell card from a demon if the average of your characters is character levels is equal to or greater than their blah blah blah, their level. It's not just the main character. And persona level is the level of personas that you can equip. You can fuse personas up to 5 levels higher than the main character's persona level. But you can only equip personas that are your level or lower. So, you might notice I put all 3 points in agility there. Agility is a super stat in this game. It basically buffs everything. Well, it buffs all your physical stats. It buffs your attack power, it buffs your hit rate, it buffs your attack power and hit rate with both physical attacks and guns. It raises your dodge, it raises your defense. It's really good. Versus strength, which really only affects your physical attacks, and then vitality only affects your defense. So you want to max out your agility. Oh, agility also affects turn order, but turn order is wonky as heck in this game. You could have 99 agility, and sometimes you'll just go last. The game just decides, nope, you get to go last. That's actually a particular problem in the final battle, but, you know. This is very sad music, by the way, and I'm talking about game mechanics. But Yamaoka is actually, I think they did a pretty good job portraying that him and Nanjo, they care about each other, you know? And his death is something that Nanjo actually thinks about for the entirety of the game, you know? And it becomes like a major part of his character motivation. Yamaoka is actually his ultimate persona. In this game, Yamaoka is just... he looks like a whatever. But in Persona 2, to the second part, Nanjo can be a temporary party member. And his ultimate I think I think he's just temporary. But anyway, his ultimate persona in that game is also Yamaoka, but Yamaoka looks like he does here, except he's wearing these cool future shades, kind of like what Geordi wears on Star Trek. Geordi LaForge wears on Star Trek: The Next Generation. He's got like a pair of those on, and he's like, so he's got these cool future shades, and he's on this freaking like techno surfboard.